Alright everybody, what is going on? This is James. In today's video, I wanted to make a pretty much a 1,000-foot overview of Facebook ads for somebody who may have never ran Facebook ads before, or just a complete beginner. Now, this is by no means like a comprehensive guide to doing Facebook ads. This is nowhere near a course, but this should give you a general idea of how Facebook ads can work for your business. And this is really important because more and more social media is becoming more and more important for people and for businesses, and people are using social media like crazy, and that should be no surprise. I've built up many e-commerce stores just off of running Facebook ads alone in the past, and I've done well over 6 figures in sales from e-commerce sales just on Facebook alone. I haven't, done any word of mouth. I haven't done billboards. I haven't done really anything besides Facebook and Instagram advertising, and that just shows you the power of Facebook ads right now, because you can have an idea, you can have a business, you can have something that you're not even 100% sure that it's going to work. But instead of having to go out and risk a whole bunch of money by buying TV ads or billboard ads or going and advertising, I don't even know, signs on the side of the street, flyers, pamphlet, whatever. You don't have to do all of that because everything is digital now. And if you have a business idea, you can literally just have a business idea, maybe throw up a website or throw up, a landing page, and start sending people off of Facebook onto your business and onto your website, whatever it is. I would do that all the time in the past with Shopify stores. Like I said, I would send people to a page where I would sell them a physical product. I'd sell them something like a watch or, some little gadget that they would want. And then, they'd go ahead and they would either buy it or they'd leave the page. And then I made a bunch of money doing that. So I do have a lot of experience when it comes to Facebook ads. And that's really why I believe 100% that Facebook ads is the way to go if you're a beginning entrepreneur, if you have a startup, or even an established business like a dentist or a lawyer, something along those lines. It's definitely the best way to just get your feet wet with paid advertising in a very low risk, high reward way. So that's kind of just the quick overview. Really quickly, I want to go over what exactly a Facebook ad is. Now, as you can see right here, the top image, that's literally just a screenshot of a Facebook ad that I was going through on my news feed. It was for this Oculus Go thing. I think it's like a virtual reality headset. Excuse me. And then below that, you can see I just took a screenshot of the page that it sent me to, and it sent me to a page where I could go ahead and buy this Oculus Go thing. And this is similar to what I would do with my Shopify stores and e-commerce. I would just send people from an ad that looks like this to a landing page that looks like that on the bottom, and they would go ahead and they could buy my product. It's the same thing. This is just virtual reality headset, and you can see that at the top there they have some ad copy. It says go virtually anywhere. Experience virtual reality starting at just $199. Not the strongest ad copy ever, but obviously it works well for them. And Oculus, I'm sure, has a big budget for advertising as it is. And then you can see this looks just like any other normal post. You can like, comment, share it. You can react to it, and then there's a shop now button where they can go ahead, and that's going to lead them to that landing page that's at the bottom of the screen there. So again, Facebook ads look just like normal Facebook posts. They can be a video, they can be a photo, they can be a carousel, which is just a bunch of different pictures in a single ad. Or they can even be 3D. I've seen like virtual reality ads where you can move your phone around and it'll move around this 3D object. It's pretty cool. I don't use those because I don't even really know exactly how to make ads like that. But I've always stuck to video, photo, and carousel. And again, people interact with Facebook ads just like a normal post on Facebook. Like if you had a friend who posted up a picture or video, you could react and interact with that ad just like you would a normal Facebook post. This means obviously there's likes, comments, shares, and reactions and all that stuff like I just said. So literally it looks native to the platform. It is going to say sponsored though, but really if you do it right, it shouldn't really look like an ad. It's going to look like something that's just native to Facebook. So this is kind of a slightly advanced thing. I know this is more for beginners who don't really understand Facebook ads yet, but Facebook actually looks at the metrics of a post and how people are interacting with it. And if you're getting bad feedback, like negative customer complaints, negative comments, and things like that, then Facebook can actually make your ad costs go up, and they can actually ban your ad account, because if you're giving people a bad experience, it doesn't matter if you're paying them money, they're not going to want you on their platform, because they don't want a bad ad experience on their platform. And the opposite is actually true of this too. If you're getting good feedback, then Facebook is going to push your ad to more people, because it's going to want people to have a good experience. It's going to want people to have more it's going to want more people to see that ad. And of course, this is important because as advertisers, we need to make sure that we're taking care of our customers and that we have a legitimate business. Of course, most of the time that goes without saying, but there have been people that I've known, and I've seen a lot of businesses come and go. And a lot of people, especially with Shopify, like what I did, it's kind of a fly-by-night thing where people just kind of go and they sell a product and then they don't really fulfill on it, or they fulfill poorly on it. And then people are going to go back to that Facebook ad. They're going to complain. They're going to be doing customer service on their, they're going to have like customer service complaints in the comment section. And a lot of people can get screwed because, obviously you don't want to be giving your customers a bad experience. But then your ad account is going to be kind of blacklisted, because you're going to have a bunch of negative feedback on your ad account. I know this is kind of advanced, but it's really important to know. So I kind of want to give you guys an idea of why Facebook ads, again, are the best. Again, anybody can start using Facebook ads because it's literally connected to your Facebook account. So if you have a Facebook account right now, which I'm assuming that you do, you can go ahead and you can start a Facebook ads account. Another reason that I like Facebook ads is you can have very low costs involved. Now, Facebook goes by daily budget, so you can choose when you make your ad, you can choose what budget you want to set your ad at. So, for example, I start a lot of my ads at $5 a day, whether it's for me or for clients. I like to do $5 to $10 a day because I just like to start off with a small budget. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on something that's not going to work. Again, with a radio ad or a TV ad, you kind of just have to have your best guess at what's going to work well. And then, you pay them a bunch of money and then see if it works. Of course, you can get results quickly. You can literally, ads start running within, an hour or two even. I've seen on a lot of my stores and for a lot of the ads that I've run. You can start seeing results very quickly, like within a few days, within a day or two even. And it is a self-serve ad platform, meaning you don't have to sit there and call anybody and say, hey, I want to run an ad on Facebook. You literally just go in, again, it's connected to your Facebook account, and you can control everything from the ad copy to the ad image to the ad targeting, and you do this all on your own. You don't have to sit there and talk to anybody. You don't have to message anybody. You can literally do this all on your own. So that's what a self-serve ad platform is. And now I want to kind of go over what businesses can work with Facebook ads. Literally any business, and I mean that. I'm not just saying that. Literally any business can work with Facebook ads. It's a great way to get new customers and to also keep in front of your current customers or client base. You can post anything from direct response offers to just promoting blog content and engaging your customers. Works for dentists, lawyers, freelancers, e-commerce, info marketing, local businesses, offline businesses, all these different businesses, literally any business. 99.9% of businesses this is going to work with. Now, if you have some weird business, I don't even know, if you just have some sort of weird obscure business where you sell tree houses to squirrel tree houses to lawyers, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work, but for most normal businesses like e-commerce stores, dentists, lawyers, local businesses, this stuff works great. So, how do we make ads for our business? So first, you kind of have to understand what our goal is. That's the very first step that you need to take before you even make any ads, or before you even put up a picture or whatever on Facebook. Before you post anything, you need to ask yourself, what is my goal? Do I want to get more customers? Do I want to keep in touch with our existing customers? Do I want to build awareness in our local area or of our brand? You need to go in with a specific goal. Most of the time, again, I have focused on direct response, where I'm trying to get people to buy something right away, or I'm trying to at least collect their information, like a phone number or a email address or an address or something. And that's really what I tend to focus on, especially when you're first starting a business, because you need to get customers in, you need to get people using your product, or you need to get people on whatever you're doing. So the first step is create a good offer, something that your target customer would really like, and you want to make it free or cheap. So an example of this would be like a free teeth whitening. That's usually cheap for dentists to do. And you can have people come in and show them, hey, I got this offer off of Facebook for your free teeth whitening. Or you could do something cheap like a $7 ebook or something. I tend to stay away from ebooks. Again, you want to make it something that's like quick and consumable. And again, this really depends on your business. Dentists will be a lot different than e-commerce people. Like for dentists, you could do, again, a free teeth whitening. For e-commerce, you could do something like a free plus shipping offer. And I used to do that when I had my e-commerce stores in the past. I would do free plus shipping offers where I would just make the customer pay, $7 or $8 for shipping, and then I would ship them out a product, whatever product, a gadget or a trinket or something that they wanted. Then I could go ahead and get their email address and send them other offers and kind of, sell more things to them. You really want to make this as close to irresistible and easy to consume as possible. Again, I see people doing 7-day courses or 14-day this or that, and really that stuff doesn't work as well. It could work, but I really go for things that are very quick and consumable, kind of like a free cheat sheet, or one that was really popular for me in the past was the top 40 niches in the top 40 Shopify niches to sell in. That's worked really well for me in the past. I've gotten thousands of leads off of an offer like that. And what I would do is I'd have them opt in opt in on a page, and they'd give me their email address, and then I'd send them a PDF of like 40 niches to their email address, and they would obviously get something that's quick and consumable. And it's not like a 7-day course where they're gonna have to sit there and commit a lot of time to that. Something they can look at for 5 minutes, and they can be like, bam, they can get that result really quickly. And that's what I like to do when I'm advertising on their free plus shipping, or a quick consumable offer, such as teeth whitening, or just a PDF or something that you really have to know your customer and what they would want. So next step, create your ad. You really don't want to overcomplicate this. A simple video or photo ad will work. Facebook's always going to be trying to get you to do these weird different ads, but you really just want to stick with video or photo. Customer testimonials also work very well. If you're an established business and you're local, like a dentist or a lawyer or something, customer testimonials will work very well because it's just that social proof. And if you know anything about marketing, you know that social proof is big and it works really well. And you don't want to be afraid of long copy that tells a story. People like Sam Ovens and Dan Henry, where they try to get you on a webinar and then sell you like a $2,000 course, they have very long ads. They'll have ads that are a few paragraphs long. For a dentist, you don't really need to be doing that. You can just say, hey, come in and get our free teeth whitening here. But if you're running like an info marketing business where you're going to be selling them something that's like $1,000 or $2,000, this can work really well. For e-commerce products, it should be a video or a photo of whatever product that you're selling. Gonna have a lot of experience with e-commerce products, so that's big. That's something I've learned over the years. It's just kind of common sense too. Like if you're selling something on an ad, you want to have a picture of that product that you're selling, right? For local businesses like a dentist, stock videos and things like that will work really well. Just a picture of somebody getting their teeth cleaned, or a picture of a dentist or something will work really well. Another thing, try to have a face or a person in your ad. Again, just using the dentist example, you're gonna have to naturally have a face in that ad because you're cleaning people's teeth, so you're gonna have a person in that ad. For e-commerce products, this can be a little bit harder because unless you have a video of somebody using your e-commerce product, you're gonna have to figure out a way to kind of incorporate that. But it's not necessary. I've had times in the past where I've just had pictures of a product and it's worked really well. So what should my budget be after you've made your ad? What should the budget kind of be? And again, $5 to $10 a day is more than enough to start out if you're on a small budget, or even if you have a bigger budget and you just want to test out things and see what's going to work. I like to start with a website conversion ad in most cases. Now there are a bunch of different objectives, and we're not going to go over them specifically in this video because I just want to make this a quick overview. But I like to do website conversion in 95% of cases because I, again, focus more on direct response marketing where I'm trying to get them to buy something or trying to get them to opt in and get a free download or whatever. You can also use the engagement objective if you're looking for likes or comments or awareness of your brand. A lot of local businesses do this, like for a restaurant or something. But again, really website conversion is what you should mainly focus on. And when you go to create an ad in your ads manager, you'll see that there will be a website conversion or a conversions objective. And you really want to use that. And that's going to require you to install the Facebook Pixel. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but just know that's going to require you to install a little bit of code on your website or landing page. So now we're going to talk about targeting. This really depends on your business, of course. For a cat product company, you'd want to target things like cat owners, cat brands, cat food, cat interests, things like that. Pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty straightforward, and you can do all of this within the ads manager when you go to create your ad. For a dentist, you could target your local area. You could target within like a 5 to 10 mile radius because 99% of people are going to need a dentist anyways. And you could also target things like your local area plus dental hygiene interests, stuff like that. People who just moved to that city and might need a dentist who's local, stuff like that. You really can get as creative as you want with the ad targeting. And then you want to run your ad for about a week to gather data. This is a rule of thumb. You could run it for more or less time depending on budget. For my Shopify stores, when I was selling e-commerce products, I would usually run an ad 2 to 3 days and then see if my ad was profitable or if people were buying what I was selling. For a dentist, if you're getting leads, if you're trying to get people into your office, you could run an ad for 3 to 5 days, and you'll be able to see if this offer is going to be something that works for you and works for your business. But really, it depends on your budget and your tolerance for like how much money you can spend. So now we're going to talk about best practices. Make sure, this is a big one. Make sure that you read Facebook's guidelines for advertising. And I'm going to kind of get more to that in a second. You also want to have a legitimate business where you're actually delivering that product. And again, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, because otherwise people are going to be complaining on your ads, and it's going to make your ad account actually go down, and you're going to get higher ad costs, which is bad, and you might even get banned, which again is really bad because it's really hard to get your account unbanned from Facebook most of the time, especially if you do something that gets their terms of service. You want to be careful with like weight loss ads, gambling ads, alcohol ads, adult products, and kind of before and after ads as well, like weight loss and stuff like that. You don't want to call people out or use the phrase like you too much. You don't really want to talk in second person because you're talking directly to the person. And I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but Facebook doesn't really like that. You don't want to talk about gender or weight or economic status, stuff like that. Something that people can be hypersensitive to. Like saying, you can't say like, hey, are you fat? You can't like say that in your Facebook ad, right? Or say, hey, do you like girls? Like, you can't really call people out or like assume things like that, because then Facebook's just gonna ban you. It's gonna be bad. I think that's common sense, but some people might not really understand that. But seriously, go and read Facebook's guidelines so you don't get your ad account banned. You can just Google Facebook ad policies, and I guarantee you that'll be like one of the first results. Go ahead and read that. It'll take a little bit, but go ahead and read through that, and you'll see more about this stuff. But Facebook's always changing that, so make sure that you're kind of on top of that. Maybe twice a year you go over it, because you're going to want to stay on top of what's current with Facebook, and you don't want to get your ad account banned. That's a big deal. So what do I do next? Well, after you find an ad that's getting you your desired result, whether it's leads, awareness, whatever, it's time to spend more money on that ad. And again, this is easy for direct response marketing because the metrics are obvious. You're going to be getting more leads, more sales, stuff like that. For awareness, you're going to be reaching more people. And there's kind of two different ways to scale. And scaling is basically just when you're increasing the results that your ad campaign's getting. You can scale by budget, which is literally just increasing your ad budget. So you're telling Facebook, hey, I want to spend, instead of $5 a day, I want to spend 20, 30, 40, $100, $1,000 a day, really depending on the results that you're getting. I want to spend more money. And you can scale by interests. You can create new ads with different interests, similar to the interests that are working for you. And you can also start retargeting ads and lookalike audiences. And you can use that pixel to gather data and then retarget people and also create lookalike audiences. Again, that's more advanced, but I'll make that, I'll kind of go over that in other videos. And just one last thing is, you really want to understand that there will be a point where you're going to max out. Now, this was something that a lot of people struggled with in e-commerce. They would kind of like top out at a certain point, because as you raise your budget on Facebook, your cost per desired result is going to go up. So your cost per purchase, your cost per lead, it's going to go up kind of exponentially as you raise your budget. So for $5 a day, you're going to be getting cheap purchases and cheap leads. You should be, at least. But as you raise that budget up to like $100 a day, that cost per lead, that cost per purchase is going to go up. And there will be a point where you're probably not going to be profitable anymore. You're probably not going to be willing to spend that much to get a customer. And you can kind of go back down from that point and find a happy medium. But there will be a point where you can't just keep spending more money and have the same results. You're going to keep spending more money, and then things are going to change. That's very advanced, like Facebook algorithm stuff. But just know that there's going to be a point where you can't really scale anymore. You kind of hit this ceiling where I can't really be profitable, or I can't keep paying this much to get a lead. But really, guys, that's pretty much it as far as just a general overview of Facebook ads. I wanted to get this video out of the way just to kind of show all of you beginners, people who might not have really any experience with social media or with Facebook advertising, especially people who run local businesses, because a lot of people like dentists, lawyers, doctors, chiropractors, they don't really think that social media ads can work for them. And hopefully you can kind of understand how Facebook ads will work for your business with this video. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I will see you in more videos to come. I'm going to be talking a lot more about how to run Facebook ads and stuff like that. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.